And we're live. Hey guys, how's it going? How the devil art thou? Hopefully everyone's keeping well and keeping safe. It's been a few days since I last did some inking on this print. Well, when I started inking this print, and I started doing it live, so I thought might as well continue. Especially as last time I did say that I would continue. I would only continue with the printing during live streams and stuff like that. So here we go. Here's the print, and you may notice that I did do a little bit extra. Not too much. I just got started on the goggles because I wanted to see when I start inking something. I don't normally like to stop until I have finished inking whatever it is that I'm inking, whether it be a panel, a page, a print, or whatever. So the other day I was just kind of itching, and I was like, oh god, I'll just get started on those goggles, and I'm gonna continue doing it now. So I'm gonna stop rabbiting on, and we're gonna get into it. First of all, I'm gonna just drop the opacity of the pencils and make sure that I've got the right ink and right brush tool and stuff. So here we go. I still kind of want to fix a little something to do with the nose, but I think I'm going to worry about that later. I've also tweaked the pencils for the horns. The horns were actually a bit longer when I originally penciled them, and I thought, you know what, I'm just going to cut those and just make them a bit shorter. I find like when they're a bit too long, I don't know, it just doesn't work for me. I don't like to have them too short or too long. So here we go. Make sure I've got the right sized pen. I think that'll do. We're using a 3 pixel pen at the moment. I like to use when I penciled this, I just used a 3 pixel pencil for every line. And when I'm inking, I tend to go for a slightly thicker brush. But when it comes to the goggles, I like to keep it small because there's a lot of detail concerning the goggles. And I'm trying not to zoom in too much, but it's a bad habit of mine. And a lot of people say like, oh, you really shouldn't zoom in that much and stuff. And I get where they're coming from, but when you're doing something like what I do, which can be quite detailed sometimes maybe it's a little bit more detailed than it actually needs to be. I find it's better to zoom in, otherwise you start losing those details. It's a shame to put that effort into the details and then lose them. So I'm just going to get started on this side of the goggles, and then I shall see who's in the chat. I will stop from time to time just to see who's in the chat. And as I said last time, if I get a bit quiet, that's because I'm just getting into things. That's generally what happens. It always feels like it takes forever when I work on the goggles. I think I mentioned this last time. Like when I first designed the goggles and stuff, I was like, yes, badass. This is exactly what we need. And then when it comes to drawing the book, you realize how many times you've got to draw those goggles, and you're like, damn, maybe I should have gone for a simpler design. But hey, you live and you learn. And it's worth it in the long run because I still think they look pretty badass. So it's all good. And whilst I'm here, I will also quickly remind you guys there is a pre-launch campaign for Lady Satan, an Angel in a Killer's Dress. That's why we're doing this print. This is one. There's going to be 2 versions of the same print: a safe for work version and a not safe for work version. This is the safe for work version, and once it's done, it'll end up being one of the perks on the IndieGoGo campaign for Lady Satan. And yeah, there's a pre-launch campaign. No, well, I'm going to go for a slightly bigger brush. There's a pre-launch campaign, and the link to that is in the description box down below. It costs you nothing to sign up to the pre-launch campaign, other than a couple of seconds of your time. Even if you're not planning on backing the book, it's well worth signing up, because if you change your mind and think, actually, yeah, I do want to back this book, then you'll get a free sticker because you signed up to the pre-launch campaign. You won't get that if you don't sign up to the pre-launch campaign. So like I said, there's a link in the description box down below to the pre-launch campaign. Check it out, sign up, and you will be officially awesome. Oh, I don't know about that thicker line. I think I might start that again. There was something about that just didn't seem right. I might actually go over this line again. Real quick. It's weird working in silence at the moment. I've been penciling a page since I got up this morning. Well, a double page spread. And the whole time doing it, I've been listening to music, listening to a podcast. So now I'm sat here in silence, except for when I'm talking, of course. It's a very weird transition. Right, there we go. That line's a bit thicker now. So we'll get on with this next bit. Then after I've done this bit, we'll check out the chat, see what you guys are saying. There we go. Excuse me. Oh dear. Okay. As you can see, these goggles do take a little bit of time. Before I move on, let's see who's in the chat. We got Bree. Hey Bree, how the devil art thou? Oh hey, look at that. Someone to work alongside with. Awesome. It's always good to work alongside with you, Bree. And let me see, we've also got Bristolian Dave. Afternoon, writing my dissertation, so I'll watch along while I'm working. Awesome, man. Glad to have you here. Thank you very much for showing up. And we also have, and you're going to have to forgive me if I mispronounce your name, but is it Gingerton by any chance? Saying, yo, hey, Ginge, how you doing, man? Glad to have you here. Right, so I'm going to crack on. It's great to have you guys here. Like I said before, if I go a bit quiet, don't panic. The thing is, when I pencil, I don't get quiet, especially if it's like a panel of action or whatever. I tend to start making the sound effects and stuff because there's no one here to watch me and think this guy's weird. There we go. Now, I said last time I'll only ink this print whilst live streaming it. I may end up doing some of it not on a live stream, I'm afraid. Because, like I said, once I start inking something, I don't really want to stop. But if I do ink any of this not on a live stream, I'll see if I can screen capture it so I can still post it up here for you guys to see. And keep doing this until we get to the end of it. I am contemplating having this be colored. Normally the stuff I do of Lady Satan's in black and white, and I'm quite happy to stick to that. But there's something about this one that makes me think, maybe a splash of color. Maybe we'll just wait and see. Wait and see until when I've got the other version of this inked. Forgive me, I'm not used to doing this with a mic being there either. There we go. Right, let's see what damage I can do now. And those of you who are waiting on the next part of my video about structure when it comes to writing for comics, I should hopefully start working on that tomorrow. I've got to juggle that and getting on with more pages to pencil. And depending on how far I get with inking this today, a bit more of inking this. That's not what I wanted to do. Let's come around here. Okay, we've almost got this bit done. Okay. Excuse me. Okay, let's get a little bit more on the lenses done. I am going to be adding some stuff to the lenses in Photoshop. But I'm not doing that yet. Okay. Not bad, not bad. Guess it's time to get those horns out of the way. Like I said, I made them a bit shorter by just going into the pencil layer and cutting it and moving it and stuff. So it's going to be weird trying to ink over it now, but I'm going to give it my best shot. That's all I can do. Okay, one horn down. I'll admit it doesn't exactly look straight, but that's all right. I'll be able to fix that a bit later. What have I done here? Ah, you know what? I've made a bodge up somewhere. I can see where. I may have just made a bodge up in the penciling, but it's all right. I'll get through. Once again, doesn't exactly look straight, but that's all right. Like I said, there's a stage that'll do a little bit later on that will fix that right up. I need to just need to fix some of these. There we go. That'll do. That'll do. Cool, cool. Well, I'll just do the top of her head and I'll see what you guys are saying in the chat. Okay, I've still got to add scars to the top of her head, but I'm going to do that more towards the end. I want to ink out the rest of the body and the clothing and stuff first, and then I'll probably throw that in before I do like any of the rendering or anything like that. So let's see what you guys are saying in the chat. So let me see, where did I leave everyone? Yeah, Gingerton says, Ginge, like ginger, redhead, and freckled guy. Awesome. I get where you're coming from. Just walking my dog before I sit down to write. Good man. Good man. That's what I like to hear. And Bree says, as a famous cat says, it's okay. We're all a little mad here. Yes. Yes, we are. An excellent, excellent quote. Let me see. During my artsy practice, I have noticed that I can't get enough about coloring all aspects, but just can't find my groove doing line art and inking. I'm kind of the other way round. Like coloring is, for me anyway. Oh god, that's an art form all of its own. Like sometimes I can do coloring, and I'm like, yeah, I really like how that's come out. That's spot on. And other times I'll do coloring, and I'm like, I don't get it. I just don't understand this. I like sticking with the black and white, to be honest with you. Jin says, what's life without a little madness? Absolutely. That would be called a normal life, or as I like to call it, a boring life. Who wants to lead a boring life? I certainly don't. Bree says, which is a little backwards because you have nothing to color if you don't do line art. Yep, that's true. That's a good point. But some people, they gravitate towards coloring more than anything else. You might just be one of those people. Ginge says, I love coloring though. And Bristolian Dave says, I can't wait until I'm finished with my university work so I can continue with my story that I hope to get made into a comic book in the future. Oh man, how long have you got to go before all your university stuff is wrapped up? Please let me know, man. And Bristolian Dave also says, Lucifer, what hardware are you using? Believe it or not, at the moment, I'm using a Wacom 13-inch HD Cintiq. I've had this thing for fucking years, absolute years. It's still going for now. It will probably like crap out on me at some point. Not too long ago, I did get hold of a 22-inch Wacom Cintiq, which I was using at my other studio above the pub. But obviously, I haven't been able to get there for a while, and it is with me. It's over here off screen, but I just haven't set it up yet because the desk that I currently have it's too small. It's too small for me to set up that Cintiq. So I've got to wait until I can get rid of this desk, and I've got another desk that I can put in its place, and then I'm going to set that up and start using that. But that's pretty much all the hardware that I'm using. It's a desktop computer. If you need to know that information, like some people use Cintiqs with laptops and stuff, I prefer using a desktop computer. I hope that answers your question, buddy. Stinch is here, and he says, I have risen. You certainly have, good sir. Glad to have you here. Right, okay. I'm going to let you guys carry on chatting amongst yourselves, and I'm going to crack on with the inking. You know what? I'm going to go for I think I'm going to go for a 7-pixel brush and start working down the torso. Not sure how I feel about that line. Okay. I'm going to try and maneuver around the clothing with these lines. Because at the moment, the way I've penciled it, everything kind of sits flat, like there's a straight line across there, even though that's where the clothing is. And really, the clothing should be sat just on top. So what I really need to do is draw more like that, then bring it in. In fact, I'm going to leave those lines there. That wasn't what I intended to do, but it's happened. Oh, don't like that. Let me get a bit closer in. Well, that felt like one long line. I might get started on her cargo pants. Get them out of the way. I'm not sure. No, let's work on the other arm. I reckon get that out of the way. Okay. Okay. Not bad. Not bad at all. Let me bring up the pencils for a bit. Yep, it's getting there. It is getting there slowly but surely. One thing I really should have noted before is you'll notice that the hand where she's got the gun in, she's slanting a bit just in her shoulders, and that was something like I thought about after I saw um, an interview with Robert Englund, who played Freddy Krueger, and he mentioned that he thought about when he was first playing Freddy Krueger, he thought about how heavy the glove would be, and that after a while being on set, he would find that his shoulders were slanting a bit, and he caught himself in the mirror, and he's like, "Oh, I kind of like that actually because it looks like a gunslinger from a western." Kind of thing. So like when I was doing this print, I thought about that and I was like, yeah, she would have that little bit of a lean, especially like carrying like this desert eagle and stuff. So right, I'm just going to do a little bit more and then I shall see what you guys are saying in the chat. Well, I'm going to get started with this bit of clothing here, as I've already made a bit of a start. Definitely need a thinner brush for that part. right, again there. I have done something weird whilst penciling like this ring here. Don't know how I'm going to get around that. I'll figure something out. Let me see. I'm trying to figure out why I've done that as well. Oh, I think I know why. I think I know why I've done that. It just looks really weird. I know. I'll come back to that later and worry about it then. Right, what can we ink next? Here we go. Hmm. Hmm. Okay, right. Let's see what you guys are saying in the chat. Let me see. So I've got a bit to catch up on here. Hello, Captain. How the devil art thou, good sir? Glad to see you here. Wow, it looks like I've missed out on a lot. Excuse me. So let's try and catch up. Oh, and AJ, thank you for joining in as well, AJ. Man, I've got so much to catch up on. Let me see. Coparticus, how the devil art thou? There's a lot of chat amongst yourselves. That's always good, though. That's always good. Right. Bristolian Dave says, deadline for my dissertation is 19th of November. Got to squeeze out 8,000 words by then. COVID has put a real downer on my whole master's degree and trying to get a job offer. Yeah, COVID's put a real downer on a lot of things, man. Sorry to hear that. But you'll do it. I have faith in you. I believe that you'll be able to get it done in time. But yeah, it sucks when it gets in the way of things like job offers and stuff like that. But don't worry, man. It can't last forever. Captain Fuckhead says, I like the fact you talk about your dissertation the same way I talk about taking a shit. Oh, man. Let me see. What else are you guys saying? Okay, Bree says, I don't really have a degree, just kind of rolled into practical jobs and learned there. But they were amazing jobs, zero regrets. Yes, you were telling me on Instagram about one of your jobs, which I've got to admit, I was pretty fucking jealous of that. Sounded amazing. Let me see what else. Bree also says, did a writing course in Amsterdam after, was all kinds of fancy in comparison, but that is still not really a full degree. I believe it or not, I've mentioned this before. I have a degree in psychology. I have a diploma, believe it or not, in writing children's books. Which, yeah, when you think about stories like Lady Satan stuff, it's quite surprising. But yes, I actually have a diploma in writing children's books. Don't think I could. I've written one children's book in my time, and it was cool. It was fun. It was fine. Have no intention of doing it again anytime whatsoever. Bristolian Dave also says, I think we took over your chat, Lucifer. That's fine. You guys carry on. Don't let me stop you. Okay, right. So I'm going to get on with some more inking. How long have we been doing this for, by the way? Oh, we've been doing this for just over an hour. So I'll probably do a little bit more and sign off soonish. Now, I just want to get a little bit over here. Ooh. Okay. Oh, I've got a bit more to do on one of her arms. Should really take care of that. Poor girl. I should really stop spinning her around all the time. Oh god, I forgot I got to ink this gun as well. I'm not looking forward to doing the gun. I think it's mainly because I'm not exactly the biggest fan of drawing straight lines. Ooh, what have I done here? Let me go back in. When you're drawing a gun, it is mostly straight lines. Hey Cap, if you're still in the chat, how would you feel if when I finished inking this print and made it look all pretty, how would you feel about having a go at coloring it? Because your coloring is fucking awesome, man. Much better than what I could do. So if you want to take a stab at it, you just let me know, man. It's slowly coming together. Okay. Right, that's how far we've got this time. I think I'm going to check out the chat, see what you guys are saying, and then sign off. And like I said, I was going to try and make it that I only inked this on live streams, but I'm not going to lie to you. I'm probably going to do a bit more of this a bit later on, and it won't be on live stream. But that's okay, because I will be doing more inking live streams like this anyway, because I've got plenty of pages to ink. There's going to be plenty more of this to do as well. And, I can always screen capture whatever I do that isn't on a live stream and upload it to my channel for any of you guys who want to see it, because I've still got a fair bit to do. I mean, if I just start a new layer real quick, I'll pick a new color and a slightly bigger brush. I've still got to put in scars on her scalp. All right. I've still got to ink around here and around here. Ooh. Over here on the arms, you'll see that there's like a pencil line here. Like this is going to be like some fishnet gloves that she's wearing. So I've got to do that on both arms. I've still got the rest of her cargo pants to do. I've still got the gun round here in the rest of her hand to do. And then once I've done the line work for that, it will be filling in solid blacks. So obviously, like, we've got all round here to do as solid blacks. I was messing about with some rendering the other day, and what I did is her respirator mask. I don't normally do it all black. I just have like black shadows and stuff. The other day I did it where it was all black, and then I just added some like white lines, like little bits of detail, and I thought it looked fantastic. So I'm going to be filling in all of this in black. There's certain parts, like there's a ring around here, around the lens of her goggles, that I've got to fill in black as well. Her cargo pants here are going to be black as well. I've also got to add a pentagram to her belt buckle there. And then I've got to do like a thicker outline, add more weight to the outline and the silhouette and stuff like that. And then I've got rendering to add in there. And I'm probably going to use some screen tones. For anyone who doesn't know what a screen tone is, I'll just quickly show you. Right, what you see there is a screen tone. I'm just going to erase that real quick because we don't need that. Use black. So I'll be using screen tones on areas like here. But there's a different technique that I've learned to do here by the eyes that I think looks badass as well. So I can't wait to do that. So there'll be stuff like that. But I'm not going to use too much screen tone stuff because that's not really my style. So yes, anyway, I'm going to start rabbiting on. Bring it back up the pencils a second so you can see just how far we've got. Hey, it won't be long before I start inking the not suitable for work one. I won't be sharing video footage of that. I can assure you. That's something that you'll get to see what that is. If I stop hitting the mic stand, when the campaign goes live. So let me see what you guys are saying. Oh, Cap says, yes, Lucy. Yes. Awesome, man. Once this is done, I'll throw you like the variant of this print as well. Once it's done, I'll get in touch with you on Instagram or something, and I'll get the stuff emailed over to you. I assume you want about 600 DPI quality. So yeah, we'll get that taken care of, man, because I'd really like to see what your color work could do to this piece, man. Like I said, I really dig your colors, so it'd be a shame not to get you color in something. And Bree says, we are witnessing such honor. Oh, bless you, Bree. Bless you and your cotton socks. By the way, guys, if you watch the show that I do with Russ on Sundays, Is It Just Us? This Sunday, Bree's going to be joining us. That's going to be awesome. I'm really looking forward to that, Bree. Bristolian Dave says, if you haven't seen Captain Fuckhead's Cyberfrog coloring, go to his Twitter and check it out. I will check that out as soon as I can. Probably not too long after we finish this stream. I think Cap might want to color it for you, Lucifer. Yeah, I'm getting that feeling too, and it's all good. Seems enthusiastic enough. Cool. Cool. She is belly buttonless, only for now. Don't worry. There will be a belly button. I promise you. There's a belly button. I've hidden it. Or Jeremy has. No, knowing what Jeremy's like. Yanesh, how are you doing, man? Around here, they are called boobs. Yes, that's true. That's very true. Let me see. Bree says, if she were in color, what would the color of her eyes be? Now, that's a really good question. Because what I like to do with Lady Say, oh, yeah, that's the other thing that I've got to color in black as well. I normally, oh, God, I turned one of the layers off, didn't I? Let me see. There's my, yeah, normally what I like to do in the story is when she isn't wearing the goggles and the respirator mask, the whites of her eyes are white and the color of her eyes is blue. But when she's in Lady Satan mode, I like to do these bits black, which I'm doing really roughly now. I'm doing better later. And I don't know if blue would really, like a blue iris would go well with that. So I'd probably think red, because the reason why the whites of her eyes turn black and all that when she's got the respirator mask and goggles on is because she's wearing contact lenses. It's not supernatural powers or anything like that. Although I could change that later on down the line. We'll just have to wait and see. So yeah. I hope that answers your question. They're normally blue, but when she's got like her gear on and all that, they'll be red. Let me see. Stinch says, good to see the usual suspects in the chat. Hope you all will have a productive week. Oh, you best believe it's going to be a productive week, Stinch. Let me see. Lucy, I need that screen tone brush. I'll hit you up on Insta. Yep, no worries, man. No worries whatsoever. And 600 DPI is gold. Awesome, because I'm illustrating this in 600 DPI in DPI anyway, so that should be no problem whatsoever. Bree says, phew, such relief. Belly buttonlessness. I'm so glad I'm sober. Is terrifying. Yeah, I can understand that. But I assure you that just for you, Bree, I will make sure that she has a belly button, because I don't want you to be terrified. Not of Lady Satan. Jeremy's bad enough. You can't be terrified of two of my creations. So anyway, guys, that's it for this stream. I hope you've enjoyed it. I know I have. It's been awesome. Like I said, I'm gonna carry on doing a bit more off stream, and I'll come back soon to stream some more of the inking and stuff. Tomorrow I probably won't be streaming because I've got other shit to sort out, as well as penciling pages, and I've got another video to get started on for you guys. So it might be Thursday. If not Thursday, then probably Friday. But either way, I'm sure I will see you guys there. And as always, guys, until next time, take care of yourselves